Matt Lenehan for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store. I'd like to be joined by one of the newest managers in the boxing scene, Maxi Hughes. Maxi, I heard you've acquired a new fighter.
Yeah, snapped a young lad up from Doncaster. I believe he's going to do big things in the sport. Really excited to work with him. You know, he's also called Maxi.
Yeah, think he can go far.
I rate him. Yeah, really do rate him. Yeah.
Anyway, let's stop fucking about. Self-managing, promoted by Lou DiBella. Lou DiBella is your promoter.
Yep, and I've actually got a call. I'll message him today, just see if he's free tomorrow, and we'll have a catch up and we'll make some plans now for the rest of the year, and hopefully we'll land a big fight. You know, towards back end of the year.
I know obviously the last fight didn't go as planned, and look, you didn't make excuse. You got your YouTube channel, so you put it out there about what had happened. Yeah. I mean, fuck me, on a normal circumstance, most fighters would have pulled out. That sort of stuff doesn't happen.
It did cost me mind, you know, but I didn't.
Exactly, but you didn't. You went in there, but you took the defeat. But you've still got so many options, I feel, and ever since then, since I've been coming to the gym, nothing's deterred you. You seem like you're still on that path, ready to move forward. And Lou DiBella's he's been a man of his word, and he's give you the big opportunities. Yeah. What is next? What would you like to be next?
Just big fights. You know, like although I lost, you know, I've probably dropped down rankings, but I've beat, like, how am I trying to explain this? So lads who've gone in front of me, all right, they've gone, but that's just because they're being active, not because they're boxing anyone better. I've lost, all right, I've lost, but look who I lost to. Zepeda might fucking well go on to be, you know, an unstoppable force. Yeah. He's a fucking handful for anyone. That amount of punches, he's fit, he's strong, and he's better than I thought up inside. You know, he don't just bull him forward. Yeah. He's got clever feet, little angles. He don't smother his work. So he's a very good fighter, and he's going to be an handful. And you know, people aren't queuing up to fight him, but you know, I'd love to fight him again. You know, obviously under different circumstances. That just so I can, you know, I've got that niggle in my mind to say, what if I'd have been 100%? I'm not saying I would beat him. I just never know. Never know how I would do against him. So I'd love that fight again, but ultimately I just want big fights. You know, I feel like, you know, as I'll show whoever I fight next, I'll show what I'm still capable of, and I'm a world-class fighter.
100%. I have to say the work you've been doing in the gym since then, you still look really sharp. Like, and
I was tired tonight. I'm still feeling the effects. Did my fitness session on Friday morning. I'm still feeling it now. You know, like you just go too hard.
Yeah, but it happens, doesn't it? But you've, I think the fight that will still probably everyone will talk about, and it probably makes more sense now because of what's happened, is the Kambosos fight. Went against Lomachenko, but everyone, I feel like you mentioned in the build-up, wasn't really talked about much what had happened, but. Yeah. There's more than a narrative there, and like George had mentioned, I don't know if he said in, I don't want to misquote him because that's bad enough. But you know that he'd be more than willing, or you know, maybe come across here, or you'd go. I'm sure. I know you love America now. I know it's not always gone your way, but I'm sure you'd fight him anyway. Is that a fight now? You feel that obviously with Lou DiBella involved, it could happen.
Yeah, like obviously I'm going to speak to Lou tomorrow. Lou still looks after us both, I believe. He still looks after George, so I'll be putting that to Lou and see, you know. It's on George because I'm up for that fight. Everyone knows I'm up for it. And it's still strange. Like my YouTube channel, majority of the comments on the videos they'll comment on about whatever the video I've posted about is still gutted you got robbed against Kambosos. Kambosos this, Kambosos that. So it's still there. It's coming up a year next month. And people are still talking about it. So yeah, it's still there. George has got nowhere to go. You know, so that's a fight I'd revisit. He said in an interview with iFilm that he'd love to come back to UK again. His only time boxing in UK was Lee Selby, which were behind closed doors. So he said, you know, this is what George said, he'd love to come over here and experience that the fans and the atmosphere here. So let's get him over here, you know. There's plenty of shows, there's plenty of venues around Yorkshire. that we could do it in. So yeah, it's something I'll be mentioning tomorrow.
And because there's that much boxing happening in terms of platforms and promoters are all working together, Lou's name carries a lot of weight wherever you go. There's opportunities to put that fight on. If you were to revisit that fight, obviously a lot of people thought you'd won that fight more than convincingly, so it's hard for me to say what would you do differently, because in your eyes, a lot of people's eyes, many people's eyes, you'd won the fight. Would you have more of a, I don't know, more of a spite, or would you look to say, look, I don't want to risk it going to judges, or would you say, look, no, I've got to do what I did before, I can't have that in my head? How would you approach it?
Well, I showed in that fight, I hurt him and stiffened him up and his leg went, didn't it? And I didn't go for it because I thought, I'm winning comfortable here. He's barely hitting me. I could see in his face, he didn't know what to do. So yeah, ultimately I'll go in there with a plan and I'll box and I'll do what I do. But if I hit him and hurt him again, then I would definitely, follow it up and make sure, we get the job done.
How are you enjoying this side of being content creator / YouTube channel now? I have to say I do dive in and have a watch because it's
subscribed. I will be checking.
Of course I have on all the accounts that I've got access to. But yeah, how are you enjoying that side of it, showing a different side and doing the other bits about how much money I got for this and doing that? Is it sort of just something extra to do for you, but it's something you're enjoying?
Yeah, enjoy it, and hopefully, the aim is to make it a job. If I can make it a job for retirement, I'd love that because I love boxing. Boxing's my life. So if I can be involved in it that way, the purpose I think of it is obviously to document bits of my career when I've got fights coming up, all that sort of stuff. But on the educational side, obviously I've got 14 years experience in the pros. Fighting at high level, going to America, working with all different promoters. The business side, I've now obviously done my manager's course, so I'm educated on that. I can give people an insight to boxing as well as educate, and hopefully it might go into the tutorials further down the line. And if I can make a job and get more people involved in boxing, let boxing become more accessible, because I've been there and done it. I've got the experience, I've got the t-shirt, so it sounds good coming from somebody like me who's showed I can do it.
Would you think about managing fighters moving forward? Your manager's license, but obviously the reasons for that are your own, but would you look at taking fighters under your wing?
It's an option. I don't think I'll do it
while I'm fighting.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair on if I was to sign someone when I've got my own career to focus on, because selfishly I'm going to put myself first. But it's an option. For retirement, I think, again, another way of being involved in boxing and being able to help lads and lasses, because again I've experienced it, I've got the insights on it, and just to help people and make sure they get the best advice going forward.
100%. Look, I know you've done a workout tonight and you're probably still aching from that fitness session, so Max, appreciate your time. We'll catch up soon.
Cheers mate, thank you.